The governor at odds with the White House.
We're going to fight back against this because this is just wrong.
Over a couple of discontinued COVID treatments. A police chase ending in Miami Beach with a crash by the city's most famous sign. And the Panthers looking to ground the Jets.
Centering pass has a man in front, the backhander, they score. Kyle Connor with a great move.
In the last game of their long road trip. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Juliana Restrepo.
And I'm Anya Joseph. Today's Wednesday, January 26th, 2022.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Fight over Florida, the governor at odds with the White House over the decision to shutter 2 monoclonal antibody treatments. The subject came up as Governor DeSantis was making a schoolmate announcement on...
And it also came up at yesterday's White House press briefing. All COVID-19 antibody treatment sites in Florida have shut down. The shutdown occurred after the FDA removed emergency authorization for use of Regeneron and Eli Lilly due to their ineffectiveness against the Omicron variant.
Promoting other pseudoscience, sowing doubt on the effectiveness of vaccines and boosters, and now promoting treatments that don't work. We know what works, vaccines and boosters. We have a range of doses of things that do work in treatments, and we're providing those to Florida.
Thousands of Floridians woke up to news that their appointments to get treatment for COVID-19 infection were canceled by the Biden administration, which outright revoked authorization for 2 very popular monoclonal antibody treatments.
Though nearly 100% of national cases are from Omicron, there are supporters of the monoclonal antibody treatment, such as high-profile officials, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Texas Governor Greg Abbott. DeSantis even left a remark saying the federal decision is reckless.
Federal officials are turning away from the idea of variant-specific vaccines. As CNN's Britt Conway reports, there are conversations happening right now about different ways to prevent it.
COVID-19 vaccine dose 1, 2, 3, and 4? Well, maybe. It's one of the many questions health experts are trying to answer as the Omicron variant continues to spread. For fully vaccinated adults, cases are often mild or asymptomatic. Still, the country is now averaging more than 2,000 deaths every day, slightly higher than the Delta variant peak last September. Pfizer says they're manufacturing an Omicron-specific vaccine, and they're testing it now. But it begs the question, what about other variants?
If other variants emerge, this Omicron-specific vaccine may not have adequate coverage against future variants. We need to have a more pan-coronavirus vaccine, one that really doesn't matter which is your variant, it'll still have efficacy.
Something Dr. Anthony Fauci is expected to talk about at the White House today. He says there's already been significant work done.
There's a lot of investment to develop next generation of vaccines, particularly universal coronavirus vaccines.
Vaccines that wouldn't just cover the variants that cause COVID-19, but other coronaviruses.
The importance of developing a pan-coronavirus vaccine becomes even more apparent for what inevitably will be the emergence of future pandemics.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
A South Florida man is behind bars this morning after a wild chase ended in a crash near the famous Miami Beach sign. Video posted on Only in Dade's Instagram page shows the chase and the crash late Monday night. Police say it began as a carjacking investigation. Officers believe the suspect was armed and took a woman's car and her purse. He was arrested and is being held without bond.
New information coming from Miami Beach Police about the anti-Semitic flyers that were distributed. On Sunday night, the flyers were scattered in homes from Miami Beach and Broward. Video footage shows they were coming from inside a vehicle. The total number of flyers, 205, contained hate-tinged lies and false accusations. The vehicle believed to have been involved was a rental and has been located. Miami Beach Police Department shared on Twitter that they continue to investigate this matter.
U.S. Coast Guard rescue team now involved in the search for 39 missing people after a boat capsized near the coast of Florida. The USCG making the announcement yesterday. A Good Samaritan found a man Tuesday morning clinging to an overturned boat about 45 miles of Fort Pierce. According to the survivor, he left the Bahamas with 39 other people on Saturday night. Coast Guard officials believe it was a human smuggling attempt.
The Florida Panthers are headed back to Sunrise this morning after a 5-game road trip. Last night's game in Winnipeg was a huge for Mason Marchman, who got 2 goals and an assist in the first period alone. The Panthers added 2 more after that and beat the Jets 5-2. The Panthers and the Heat, by the way, are both #1 in the Eastern Conference. The Heat played tonight at home against the Knicks.
A TikToker looking for a picturesque vacation gets quite the surprise when she arrives.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
Bo is 7 years old. He was in an accident in Jensen Beach. Unfortunately, 75% of his body is severely burned.
A young burn victim gets an honorary salute from the Miami-Dade Police Department. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Miami-Dade Police Department answered a special phone call this week to uplift a patient's spirit. A young boy who suffered burns on his body from an incident in Jensen Beach was honored as a junior Miami-Dade police officer.
Police responding to a special call this week. 7-year-old Bo Khan's body watched this special moment take place from his room in Kendall Regional Hospital.
Bo is 7 years old. He was in an accident in Jensen Beach. Unfortunately, 75% of his body is severely burned. This is why we signed up to be police officers, to help our community and be there for those in need. So at the end of the day, this is the calling. You know, you don't have to tell us twice to put something like this together for a little boy that wants to be a police officer when he grows up.
Officers waved from a parking lot and held out a banner that said Bo Strong. They shared that Bo wants to be a police officer when he grows up. Bo received toys, a cake, and even an officer badge. Nurses also shared he has 1 month left of recovery.
South Florida TikToker Olivia Garcia, who lives in Jupiter, found the recommendation of a viral TikTok showing the picturesque town of Gastonia, North Carolina. Instead of finding snowy mountains in a beautiful village, all that Olivia found was rundown gas stations. The guy behind the original video, Zachary Casey, is actually showing video from a previous trip to Switzerland. Casey has since apologized on the video, and Olivia has learned a valuable lesson.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Janana Restrepo.
I'm Anya Joseph. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.